Cześć, z tej strony Łukasz z Ogale Polska. Zapraszam Was do obejrzenia mojej rozmowy z grupą Roop, którzy wreszcie w tym roku będą reprezentować Litwę w konkursie piosenki Eurowizji w Rotterdamie. A więc zaczynamy! Hi, with me are Vaidotas, Mantas and Robertas.
Hi.
The Roop. Sveiki, kaip laikotės?
O! Cześć!
Cześć, Łukasz.
Cześć. I need to say that that was my entire knowledge of Lithuanian, so sorry for that, but let's maybe switch in English. First of all, let me congratulate you on two things. First of all, of course, still representing Lithuania on Eurovision, and second, winning 4 prizes in Lithuanian Music Awards. Are you satisfied with your career so far? What does it mean to you to perform on Eurovision?
Oh, it means a lot to us because, Eurovision is the biggest platform for us to spread our music and messages. So, yeah, and we are very happy to take part in it. Yeah, maybe Mantas, you want to add something?
Yeah, so the participation for second year in a row, it sort of allows us to finish our journey that was ended last year. So we are extremely happy that we got the chance and actually took the chance and are representing Lithuania this year finally in Rotterdam. Well, hopefully nothing goes wrong in this last month before the Eurovision. So yeah, we are really excited and we are ready. Yeah, and as well, you mentioned the 4 awards that we got in the National Lithuanian Music Awards. So this wraps up last year for us, and to us it means that we are going the right way, and that Lithuanian music industry, let's say, and people and listeners, they appreciate what we are doing, and they sort of wrapped up everything in those 4 awards. So we are extremely grateful for that and happy.
I heard that the idea of Discoteque came to you, if I'm not wrong, during your peaceful stay in the woods. How did it happen? Because the song is very energetic, and I assume that in the forest it was pretty quiet. What was the first sparkle of it?
We had already made some demos previously, or little pieces of demos. So I brought them to these woods into the cabin, and and I remember that I just listened to that song, and lyrics, one line just popped up, and just it is okay to dance alone. Yeah, and that's it. It's like it was very organic, naturally. And I started to dance alone in that cabin.
Wow.
Yeah, and then I came back to Vilnius, and Mantas and Robertas said that, okay, let's work on this piece. Yeah, so we started to build everything around this.
Okay, Roberta, so what is the change between the first version of Discoteque and the last one?
Oh, I even don't remember,
Yeah, the first
I
version.
think the song always was as it is now.
Okay, I can. Oh, okay, it's very rare thing to you, and okay, I have on this computer our first version.
Oh,
wow!
Interesting.
Exclusively.
That's super exclusive. No one heard it.
Even me. No. Okay, let's try to find it.
Okay,
no,
take your time, no problem.
On my hard disk. Okay, you can ask another question, but I really want to show a little piece. I have to take my hard.
Okay,
hard disk.
okay,
Okay.
no problem. So let's move on. Last year, almost everyone was dancing and singing to On Fire. now the same story is with Discoteque. Tell me, what is the secret behind these songs? Because they have gone absolutely viral.
Cool. So there is no secret, or probably the secret is that we decided to do what we like instead of what we think others might like. So that's the whole secret, and somehow that organically worked out. So we don't have to pretend anything. We like to dance. Last year, Vaidotas was dancing alone with the two dancers. This year, myself and Robertas, we joined as well, and we just enjoy the experience as we go. And I think this is what actually makes it very attractive to people, because we also dance. We don't ask them to dance. We dance together with everybody. So that's what I think.
Yes, I agree with you, because the first thing what you said is the most relatable to me. It's that we wanted to show something what we believe in, because we wanted to not to make a copy of On Fire, or to be or to sound like like a Swedish production, because it's okay. I say nothing bad about Swedish production, but there's this like a cliche a few years now, I think, that you sound like something already heard before previously. So okay, I speak very hardly now and very slowly, because I am searching for that first version.
Okay, so
and I cannot multitask. Do multitask.
No problem. So now I will ask Robertas. Mantas mentioned about the dance choreography in both songs. It's crucial, but let's focus on Discoteque. Was it really hard to learn it? Because you, Robertas and Mantas, are not professional dancers.
Yes, we're not professionals, but it wasn't very hard. You just have to remember step by step what's going on. So when you realize these steps, you can dance with no problem.
Yeah, well,
it was fun for me. I was learning this dance in my kitchen.
Yeah, so the only stopper or block is in your head. So
I found it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
can we listen?
Exclusively for Polish fans.
It was just like random things, and just it sounded something like that. You won't believe it. Do you hear? Okay, I will skip a bit. Oh, so. Now you.
Yes, this beat is known, but the first part of the song is different.
Yeah, it's very different, because but then after that one line, we started to understand in which direction we want to go. Yeah, so yeah.
Great. I was trying mentioning choreography. I was trying to learn some moves, but it's too hard for me, even though with the hands. So
yeah, you need to practice this one. Yeah. But if you do like very, very fast, it looks like you're doing that.
Yeah, I have 1 month to learn it to Rotterdam, so I will try it. A lot of fans was almost begging you to take part in this year's preselections, or even ask Lithuanian television to choose you internally. Was this pressure hard to stand, and how can artists deal with such a scenario?
Yeah, we felt the pressure, and yes, but we said to ourselves that we are not one-hit wonders, and we need to from now on we need to create only hits. It's a mindset, yeah. So after writing Discoteque, we realized that, hey, we want to go with this song, and it's nothing similar to On Fire. So let's go, and we only decided to participate, I think, in late November or something like that. Yeah. So that's the story.
Okay, so it wasn't 100% sure for you to participate again.
No,
it never was. We never thought about it definitely, that we're going to participate or we're not going to participate. We were just waiting for that moment, which came with this.
Thankfully, it came. Did you receive any support from previous Lithuanian representatives in Eurovision? This year, last year?
Support from winners?
Musicians, artists.
From previously, who
representatives, yes.
Yeah, I remember that Linkite, said that it's great. Then now I don't remember, because it was like a big wave of messages and of everything, like thousands. So it's hard to tell now.
I think some of the previous representatives were on the jury panel last year. So we heard their feedback and they were supporting us as well. Yeah, so that I think that counts.
But also, any tips from previous representatives?
No, I don't think there were any tips. Let me think. I think it wasn't.
For example, don't trust anyone or something.
No, we didn't. We didn't. I think we spoke with some people who have already been in the delegation of Lithuania the previous year. So they told us stories about what happens there, and it's super busy and things like that. But so and telling stories about how other representatives felt in there, that they felt pressure because there's a lot of attention from the media, and some were doing okay, some were doing some were exhausted. So the if you call these some tips, then yeah, we got some information about what's going to happen and how to deal with it, not to get too stressed out or too exhausted.
Okay, cool. And what about Lithuanian people? Is Discoteque as popular and supported as On Fire? Are the people still believe that Lithuania can finally win Eurovision? Robertas, maybe.
I think people believe in it. Yeah.
I think yes, because we broke some records with Discoteque. We broke Lithuanian Spotify record. We broke Lithuanian YouTube record. Then we broke a record for voting. Of
televotes.
Yeah. Televotes in the final. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it means that Lithuanians they
trust us.
Yeah,
they believe in us. Yeah,
they believe in us, and yeah, so I think everything goes very well.
Yeah, I need to say that last year when I was in Kaunas, it was really beautiful to see this whole people trusting that this is time for Lithuania. It was brilliant, beautiful, really.
Yeah, I remember that moment. Yeah, and that audience was like one,
Yeah, everybody was singing. That was incredible. Yeah.
Huge. Okay, now I want to ask, what is the Lithuania Goes Yellow campaign?
Oh, you are yellow. Yellow, Lucas.
Yellow.
Yellow.
Tell me more about this campaign.
Yeah, this campaign, Lithuania Goes Yellow, is about unity of Lithuanian people all across the globe. And we want to bring them together and to show that Lithuanian people are ready to watch Eurovision and ready to show their love for and support for us. And it's very beautiful. And as far as I know, that this campaign is getting bigger and bigger now, and people are very, very happy to be a part of it. Yeah, so they will. This campaign means that Lithuanians will make the videos with yellow colors and with our music, and they will dance. They will take photos. They will share our videos, and they will spread the message. So it's very, very, very beautiful, and we are really grateful for that, for this campaign. Yeah.
Yes, it's nice. You and your song, of course, will open this year's contest. It's very, very meaningful because your song is very positive and energetic after all these hard months. But what do you think about the first running position? Is it important to you or not? Mantas?
We didn't think about which position would be good or bad. So receiving the news that we would be opening the competition, we thought that it's very nice. It's a very good opportunity to open the show and start big and be the first impression for everybody about this year's Eurovision. So I honestly think that we should be remembered very positively.
Yeah, I agree.
In your song, you sing, "By dancing on my own, I'm healing wounded soul." Vaidotas, I assume that you wrote the lyrics. What was on your mind writing this? What does it mean?
It means that with this song we want people to move, and we want people to dance, because it's already known that when you dance, you liberate yourself. Dancing can reduce depression, can reduce bad memories, and it's good for your mental and physical health. So these words, it's truth. It's the truth.
So the dance has healing.
Yes, healing abilities.
Abilities, yeah. Thank you. Maybe one of last questions. Who are you taking with you to Rotterdam? Who will support you there, and what we can expect from your performance?
We will bring together with us the best mood, and okay, I can say that we will stay yellow, no other colors. Yeah, so I think everything will be all right. And now, because they were left a couple of minutes, maybe we can do a quiz. You say something in Polish and we will translate.
Okay, first of all, impreza.
Impreza?
Oh, I know this word, but I don't remember what it means.
Impreza?
Does it mean dance?
Okay, just use it in a sentence.
Idziemy na imprezę.
Oh my. I thought
it's very
know.
close to that.
Impreza. I
Close
thought
to
I know
dance.
Polish.
Hmm.
Impreza, like dancing.
Club, like dancing in club. No?
Yes, very good. It means party.
Oh,
really?
okay.
I wanted to
Wow.
ask you, co kombinujesz?
It was one of the easiest ones. So, for example, bigos.
That's the food.
Yay! You've
Yeah,
tasted? You've tried it?
Yeah, that's sauerkraut and sausage, right?
Yeah, and the cabbage.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I've tried it some time ago. I wouldn't say I'm a big fan, but because it's really rich in fat. So, but I know it's a classic. Yeah.
It is. Let's see. It will be hard for you.
Buziak. I know the word.
Buziak.
Yes, I know that word.
What does it mean?
It means дай мне buziaka.
Okay, but what is buziak?
Buziak, it's like a little kiss, and pocałunek,
Yes.
it's like a normal kiss. Like
Yes, perfect. Yes. Podobasz mi się.
Oh, I like you or something.
Yeah, very good. So, did you learn this all Polish words during your tour in Poland, or you study?
It's from my childhood because I learned it by listening, by watching TV Polonia, I think.
Okay.
Mhm.
I know that these like TV programs like Pan Tik Tak.
Oh, it's for kids. Yes, it was for kids.
Yes, then I was a kid. Yeah. So I remember, and then after that, I think I read Popcorn and Bravo magazines. You know, just to know
amazing.
something about stars.
Amazing. Okay, thank you for the interview, and I would like to ask you if it's okay to record some greetings for Polish fans. Will be okay?
Okay. Yeah. So we can start?
Yeah, sure.
So maybe Mantas, you can start from Polish.
Who knows the most Polish?
O! Dzień dobry, to jest zespół Roop. Prawdopodobnie najlepsza grupa na Eurowizji.
It's so sweet.
Perfect.
Yeah, Mantas, yeah. It was doskonałe. How to say it? Yeah. So we really want to thank every fan from Poland who support us and who writes us, because many of Polish people write us messages, and it's very sweet, and we want to come back to Poland and to do some gigs, and we hope that it will be in the near future. So thank you for the support, and thank you for your love, and wait for us in Poland.
And let's discoteque!
Yeah, let's do the moves. Let's do the moves. Oh, hard. It's really hard. I will try another one. Thank you very much. Feel welcome to come to Poland. I hope the situation will soon get better, and wish you all the best in your life, in your music, and of course in Rotterdam. Dvilika bau, Litwa.
Dziękuję bardzo.
Dziękuję bardzo.
Thank you very much.